Welcome back to the Cozy Cottage Homestead. How's everybody doing? Sure is getting hot. It's awfully hot for May. So today I want to show y'all how to make clover tincture and the health benefits of clover tincture and some of the other medical and medicinal values of clover and how it is beneficial to your health. And also it's one of our favorite teas that we make. This is some dehydrated clover. I will put about 2 tablespoons per cup. We usually make about 4 cups because our cups are really large. So I would use about 8 tablespoons in my little tea diffuser and make herbal tea with it. I also like to mix some lemongrass with it and try different varieties from the other dried herbs that we have here on the homestead. Clover benefits in clover tea and tincture. Clover is a dried flower head of a member of the pea family, widely grown as animal fodder. It is native to Europe and Turkey and found throughout the United States. All parts of the flower is edible. You can use this in greens. You can use it to make salads. You can use the flowers, the leaves, and the whole entire stem to make herbal teas and tinctures. Leaves are good for colds, dizziness, coughs, also used to reduce fever. It's also good for upset stomach and nausea. It can be used to treat gout and arthritis. White clover, like other clovers, have properties in them that help prevent cancer and have antioxidant compounds. White clover contains vitamin A, B2, B3, C, E, magnesium, potassium, and calcium, and a few others. White clover can be made into a mild tea to use as a eye wash. If you were to get something in your eye and you need to rinse it out, it's really good for that too. It's also used to cure minor infections. You can apply it directly to a wound or a scratch or a scrape, something minor, and it will help to heal it. You can harvest them fresh and use them in salads, soups, and stir-fry dishes, and really add to most any of your foods that you like to cook. And you can also use them as an edible garnish to garnish special dishes. And also, I don't know if you know, I had done a short video. You also can ground clover into making a clover flour, which is gluten-free. Now I have to tell you, it takes a lot of clovers to make the clover flour. We harvested, I don't know how many bowls full of it, and only got about a half a pound of flour. So it is something that you can do, but it does take a lot of the clover to make the flour. Because of its nutritional values, it has been used more often in other countries around the world and by Indians and Native Americans from the United States. It is also good for your garden. It is a nitro fixer. It improves your soil. It helps your garden by having clovers nearby. It attracts pollinators like bees and butterflies. White clover is safe, consumed in moderation as an herbal tea. For those of you that may be taking prescription medication, do not take it without talking to your doctor, because herbal teas, just like any other herbal teas, has been known to thin the blood. So if you're taking blood pressure type medicine or blood thinners, you can't take both. So always talk to your doctor before you start a new herbal tea or an herbal tincture, just to be on the safe side, to make sure you don't have any health problems with it. And most doctors will work with you with taking tinctures and natural medicine. And if you have one that isn't okay with natural medicine, then maybe it's time for you to find a different doctor that will be willing to work with you on tapering off of prescription meds and going the more natural way. For myself, I have always known about herbs all around us. I've had plenty of books on herbs. I never needed herbs before until after I got injured. And then when I started having arthritis and nerve damage and a few other health issues, I turned to herbs instead of prescription medication. And now I have a hunger for learning as much as I possibly can about herbs. For me, it's like having health insurance because I don't have the actual health insurance. So I've done all the research that I can do and constantly still learning as much as I can about natural medicine. It has definitely helped me. God's prescription has been the best. The natural medicine has helped me the most. I suffered for over 3 years with different problems with my health. By sharing my own personal experience as to what has helped me, I hope it can help you too. But as always, do your own research and use your own common sense. It's your body, it's your health. Doctors are wonderful and doctors are great, but they do not know exactly how you feel on the inside. So you have to find a doctor that will listen to you and understand what problems you are having. And that will help them to better know how to treat you for whatever your issue is. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and read the disclaimer. I have to do that every time. Disclaimer, the content of this video is for educational purposes only. It is not meant to treat, cure, diagnose any health issues you may have. Does not offer medical advice. I'm not a professional herbalist or a medical doctor. If you feel unwell, seek medical professional help. Always do your own research before trying any new remedies. Talk to your doctor before you start any new tinctures or home remedies if you take prescription medication. I'm just sharing what has helped me feel better and do better every day in hopes that maybe someone else could benefit from the same wonderful benefits of trying natural medicine. Alright, what I have here is my tincture. It's been setting for a month. It was covered with foil, because as you can tell, it's kind of bright in here. Don't have room in my pantry for it yet, so I cover it with the foil. I filled it up about half full with clover. The dosage is 5 to 1. Now that I have my half-gallon jars, I can make a larger volume of tincture. But that also runs into more expense because it takes more alcohol or more apple cider vinegar to make the tincture. This was a wide mouth quart jar. I filled it up almost halfway full of clovers, and then as I put the alcohol in it and let it set a month, it has swelled up some. It's extracted all the wonderful benefits from the clover. So today it's ready. It's been a month. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how I strain it. And as mentioned before, I have a plastic little sandwich bag between the metal and the glass because the alcohol can react and usually will react to the metal. So I have my strainer here in a glass bowl, and I'll show you how it looks. Just want to dump it all out, and if it don't all fit, just stop a minute and smush it back down. You want to get all of the properties and all of the liquid from your tincture as possible so that nothing goes to waste. And yes, I'm just going to go ahead and use my hand, and I just smash the rest of the liquid out, the tincture, and then I will throw this into my compost bin. I just want to try to get as much of it out of there as you can so you don't cheat yourself of your tincture. I'm sure there might be other methods of the way to do this. This is just how I've found to do it. It works for me. And I kind of just move it around a little bit and smash it again, see if I get any more out of it. It's surprising how much you actually get by going on ahead and squeezing it some. This is kind of difficult for me. I haven't been feeling very well the last few days. But I made myself get up and get dressed and get on with it and try to make another video. I most definitely enjoy sharing videos and sharing what I know with all of y'all. It encourages me to get up and do something. Alright, this is my little compost bucket right here. I'll dump it in there in a minute. It goes out into the yard, into the big compost bin. So I have my tincture bottles. I ordered these on Amazon. I'm not affiliated with anyone, so if I mention anything on my videos about stuff that I like or companies that I use, I don't get anything for any of them. I don't even get anything for making videos yet because my channel is so small. So I'm honestly just sharing stuff with y'all to help y'all. These are little bottles. They have little markers on them. 0.5 millimeters and 1.0 milliliters. With the Clover Tincture, you would just take about 5 drops in the morning, 5 drops in the afternoon for general health and maintenance. Like I said, if you have a serious health condition, check with your doctor and he can tell you what dosages you need to take. This is the easiest way that we found to do it, to fill our bottles. When we use the funnel and we put the funnel in there, we can't see how full the jar is. So we tend to waste a lot of it, and I don't really like wasting anything. So we just get a large syringe, without the needle in it, of course. And then you don't really need a funnel. Just stick it in there, squirt it in. And I think we figured out 2 of these fills up our bottle very well. So you just learn to compromise and do what you can do. My hands give me problems. So this is the easiest way that we found to do it. I'm still watching to make sure I don't overflow it. And get it pretty close, but it did almost 2. It was the 1 ounce mark on my syringe. And this is 2 ounce bottles. You can get 1 ounce bottles. So go ahead and put your lid on it. And now you have a bottle of Clover Tincture. And like I like to remind everyone, when your tincture is ready, write the date on it that it is ready, and write the what it is, the white clover, and this one is alcohol. So this is the Clover Tincture. It's ready to go. Now I have more medicine in my cabinet for different health issues. I'll go ahead and fill up 1 more. And the alcohol version of the tincture will last you, I want to say, I think it was 2 years. The cider vinegar is about 1 year, and the vegetable glycerin is about 1 year. So the alcohol lasts a little longer. I'm not sure if it's cheaper or not to do, but it does seem to extract more of the properties from the herb. And you take such a minute amount of it, so for the people that are wondering if the alcohol has any effect on you, it really does not, because you only take a few drops at a time. And if you're not comfortable with it being alcohol, you can definitely use the organic apple cider vinegar. All it really does is changes the flavor a little bit. And of course, it's not supposed to taste like ice cream. It's medicine. And there's our 2nd bottle. And I have another label. I get these little labels from the Dollar Tree. They have all different kind of cute labels. It just makes it cute. And then you can have everything labeled. I'm going to go ahead and stop with that. I will finish this in a second. I had some questions on the herbal tea, so I'm going to go ahead and get my little teapot. This is the dehydrated clover, and this is dehydrated clover also. This one, we broke it up and put it in a food processor. It did not make it powder, but it... Okay, had a little bit of a problem with my camera. Still haven't figured out all the kinks. For some reason it wants to cut off. Believe me, if the devil can try to stop you from doing something, he likes to try. But as he knows, that doesn't do much good with me. So anyway, I got water in a kettle boiling. This is my little teapot. I don't have a link to it or anything like that. It has a diffuser cup in the inside. I fill it up with the herb. It says this is stovetop safe and dishwasher safe. I don't want it to get broke, so I haven't even attempted to put it on the stove. I heat my water in a kettle on the stove. The herb amounts is going to be different for each person depending on what your like is. This clover is a very mild, almost a vanilla honey taste. And I know how much it takes. This one here, if I want to just make the clover tea, I'll pretty much just fill it up. Don't pack it down. If I want to mix it with lemongrass or basil or some other kind of herbs, I would just mix it in to change the flavor up a little bit. I think this little teapot holds about 5 cups of water, but we have large teacups, so it gives us about 2 good servings. I will dump the boiling hot water in there in just a second. We put the dried herbs in mason jars. We have these oxygen absorbers because we are very high humidity here in the south. I drop a couple of those in there, and this jar isn't vacuum sealable, but most of our jars we do vacuum seal it, but the stuff that we use pretty frequent, we don't worry about vacuum sealing it because we're going to open it pretty much every day. So my water should be just about ready. I'm going to bring it to a good boil, and I just dump it straight in over the top of my clover, and I will let it steep for about 10 minutes. Sometimes it goes a little longer if I forget about it. And I just go ahead and fill it up and let it steep. Then I'll have me a big old mug ready with some honey in it to sweeten it. You could use whatever you like to sweeten yours with. I try to use the honey because it's more natural and healthier. And I will let this steep for about 10 minutes, and then I'll have me a nice, delicious, hot cup of herbal tea. And plus, I haven't been feeling very well, so it won't hurt me at all to have an extra cup of herbal tea today. And I want to show y'all how easy it is. And you would do the same thing with any other dried herbs. And you also can use fresh herbs. We dry it and dehydrate ours so that we can have shelf-stable herbs for our herbal teas. If you have any more questions, you can email me at cozycottagehomestead@yahoo.com or Yoo-hoo, however you want to say it. If y'all haven't noticed, I'm a country girl already. So if you have any more questions though, or if you want information on some of the books that I get my information from, I can share those with you as well. I'm not going to post it on my description or nothing like that. If anyone's interested, then they'll contact me and I can give them more information. And I think that's about it. So farewell, Homestead family, friends, and neighbors from the Cozy Cottage Homestead.